everyone, you're back with me here, Amy ma'am, and today we're not gonna learn any new lesson or any new poem. I'm going to continue with the poem that I stopped yesterday, that is the Daffodils. And yesterday I've explained to you on the first and the second stanza. So today we're gonna go to the third and the fourth stanza. So let's go to the third stanza. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling leaves in glee. A poet could not be but gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. So jocund means light-hearted, to be merry, to be happy. Okay, merry, merry, means to be happy. So here the waves in the lake beside these daffodils are also dancing with the wind. But in comparison to the daffodils, the waves are not as beautiful and attractive. And watching such a beautiful scene, the poet feels very happy. The poet continues to look at the daffodils. And here the poet, he praised the scene greatly. He praised the scene greatly for himself. Now let us go to the next stanza, which is the fourth one. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood. You see here, pensive mood, okay? They flashed upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. So the poet says that whenever he lies down on his bed, he either thinking about anything or not thinking at all. The images of the daffodils flashed upon his imagination. It usually happens only when the poet is all alone. These images of daffodils have a magical effect on the poet. These images fills the heart of the poet with pleasure. The poet also feels like dancing with the daffodils. Here, in this stanza, the line "and dances with the daffodils" is an alliteration. Okay, so alliteration is the literary or the poetic device that you can find here. Alright, from this poem we came to know that the poet finds the immense pleasure as when he is close to the nature. He is bound to be happy in the company of the daffodils, and the wealth of joy and happiness is his real wealth. Okay, what is his real wealth? The real wealth for him is the wealth of joy and happiness. So the nature also lifts the spirit of people when they are unhappy. So the nature is the truest friend that we can find as described by the poet. Alright, now let us look at the tone of the poem. The tone of the poem is joyful and contemplative. It portrays nature at its best and encompasses her grace to the pinnacle which every poet cannot reach. Now let us look at the structure of the poem. The rhyme scheme is A B A B C C. And the poetic devices that we can find here is the personification, which I've already mentioned in the first video, that is of part 1. And in the next, which I forgot to mention, let me tell you here. The next poetic devices is the hyperbolic comparison, which you haven't heard about it. Hyperbolic comparison is usually when a poet compare one thing to the other. You can find that in the second stanza, and the line is, "As the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way." So here the poet, he compares the numbers of the golden daffodils to the Milky Way, which means to the collection of the stars in the outer space. Okay? So now let us look at the theme of the poem. These life events were actually responsible for Wordsworth's actual happiness in his life, and thus he correlates with daffodils. The speaker is overwhelmed by a sense of elation. Elation means a feeling of happiness, okay, at the sight of the daffodils. So here, the poet he felt so happy, and he felt delighted when he saw the daffodils. And this elation grows into a sense of unity and common movement, which can be recalled in moments of quiet recollection and enhanced through the power of imagination afterwards. Let us look at the conclusion. Imagination has been the source of Wordsworth's poetry. So, here, William Wordsworth, in his poem, The Daffodils, he used the imaginary, like he was imagining. And the nature is seen as a guide or as an angel, a source of wisdom in every poetic works of Wordsworth. Simplicity, mysticism, spontaneity, and individual freedom forms the keynote of Wordsworth's poem. And this poem is known for its exceptional simplicity yet refinedness of its thought, which simply means, though it's a very simple poem, when compared to the other poetries that I've explained to you, this is the more simpler poem, and but still then it was able to fit into the thoughts of the readers. So we've completed on the poem The Daffodils. I hope you've all understood. And for more updates, for more videos, please subscribe to my channel, like and share. And yes, let's keep learning. Thank you.